Hey Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm here today to do the library tag, but I am really struggling making this video. This tag was initially created by BookBuds. I was tagged first by Bookless Pete, thanks Pete, and then I was also tagged by Please Read Your Book. And if I get tagged twice in something, I feel like, oh, I probably should do that. Please Read Your Book included video footage of a library in Shanghai, which I thought just was absolutely fascinating. So the questions are divided into if you do use your library or if you don't. And I have a lot of experiences with different public library systems, and not all of it has been positive. So before I started my channel on Booktube, so more than 6 years ago, and I don't know how long, more like it's been a long time. Okay, I'm okay. I don't cry about it anymore or anything like that. But I did have a job in our local public library, and I thought I was going to be there forever. I thought that was my life. I was getting my master's degree in library science, and I was fired from that job for creating a borderline hostile work environment. Is that what you were thinking I was fired for? Let me know. Maybe you know why I got fired from that job. I don't know. I'm glad though. I'm really glad that I don't work there. I don't think I could have handled working in a library during COVID. And frankly, yeah, there were just a lot of things. I did everything I could. I feel like I tried my utmost to be a good employee there. I made some mistakes. And yeah, but I don't know what else I could have done. So it was very for somebody who grew up with two parents who had the same job their entire life, it was very traumatic at the time. And they actually had a security guard watch me clean out my desk and escort me out the door. And I just can't believe that they would think that I would do anything to hurt my public library. That I was gonna, I don't know, have a meltdown on the main floor or something, or I was gonna knock equipment over. I don't know. But yeah, so it was a huge surprise. A huge surprise. And like I said, it all worked out in the end. But for one thing, it put me in a massive reading slump that actually took Booktube to get me out of. So thank you so much, Booktube. But yeah, that's really how I came out of that slump, was starting this channel. And but yeah, so it's still not like a place that I love going to. I do go there though. So, all right, let's get into the questions for if you do go to your public library. Now, I'm not going to tag anyone. If you want to do this tag, please go for it. Or if you just want to answer some of the questions in the comment section down below, I really want to hear from you. How many times do you use your library? What's your favorite service that your library offers? Do you go to book sales, special events? What are your favorite memories associated with the libraries? Because in spite of everything, I totally believe in the transformational power of libraries. Libraries are the great equalizer. They help people who, under other circumstances, could never obtain access to the materials there. There, in addition to books and music and audiobooks and film, there are also, there's technology. Maybe your library has what's called a maker space with a green screen, and you can make videos there. There's all kinds of things libraries are offering now that they never have in the past. And it's so important that everyone in your community is able to access those services. So I totally believe in libraries. I just struggle to get to my own. So, okay. Question number 1, if you do go to the library, how often do you go to the library? So I go to the library 3 or 4 times a year at most. I do have a library book checked out right now, which is, of course, the recent Pulitzer Prize winning novel by Jane Ann Phillips, Night Watch. So I do have a library book checked out. And I do participate in my library's summer reading program just because it's a great reminder to me that I need to read for 20 minutes every day at least. Usually I don't have any problem meeting that goal, but it's just a good reminder. And that's how you obtain prizes and that sort of thing. Don't worry. I don't think my local library is ever going to let me win the grand prize. Question 2, do you belong to more than one library system? So in Wyoming, each county has its own public library system. I believe since COVID, it took a while when COVID was happening, like interlibrary loan was shut down, but I think it's back up again. And so you can get items on interlibrary loan from other counties in the state. So that's a nice service. Let's see. Question 3, what % of books do you read come from the library? So I usually, like I said, I read the Pulitzer Prize winning novel every year. I mainly read them from the library before deciding whether or not I want to own it. Although I've realized lately there's a few Pulitzers that I might need to buy. But yeah, so I use the library for that, and then I also get some professional development books. In a weird twist of irony, right? Let's see. So it's minimal, and I mean, if you've seen my library, my home library, I'm never short of something to read. So let's see. Question 4. Do you listen to audiobooks or get ebooks from the library? Or are you hooked on Audible or Amazon or something else? So do you know what? Like, audiobooks just don't work for me. That's just not how I read. Like, I tend to go back and reread parts of a book. I want to be able to flip through the pages and find passages and that sort of thing. I do realize someday in the future I'm probably going to need an e-reader to increase the font. I do have an e-reader right now, but yeah, I just really love the holding the physical book. So yeah, audiobooks and ebooks. I've done both in the past, but it's been a very, very long time, and both experiences, yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't the same. So I guess I'm old-fashioned. Let's see here. Question 5, did you go to story time at the library as a kid? Yes, I did. I went to story time. I went to activities at the public library growing up. I volunteered at my public library growing up. My father was the high school librarian, and so yeah, I mean, I had access to a lot of library materials. I've spent a lot of my life in a library. Question 6. Have you ever borrowed a movie or video game from your library? So, no video games, but yes, I have checked out movies from the library, and now there is a new streaming service called Canopy. And now it's different depending on where you live. So just because somebody in one place has Canopy in another country or another state or another county, it could be different. But I think it's a brilliant way for libraries to be able to access a lot of, you know, new releases, obscure films, documentaries, all kinds of things. I've watched ballet on Canopy. I recently watched a couple documentaries. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So I think it's really cool. And I'm hoping that that will help libraries save space as well as financial resources in terms of not having to buy like every new release. Only to have it kind of like, you know, fade away in the future. My library does still have physical DVDs that can be checked out, but nothing like the scope of Canopy. So I'd be curious here if you have Canopy and what you think of it, but I think it's a great idea. Question 7, have you ever gotten fined for returning books late? If so, how do you feel about that? I'm all for fines. I'm all for due dates. And my local library has gotten rid of fines unless you like steal something, okay? Then you're gonna they're gonna crack down on you. But I mean, it's sort of like when you check out a book, it's like, well, it's kind of due this day, but you know, like maybe not. I mean, honestly, I bought Demon Copperhead last year because I was like 13th in line to get the book. And again, if they're not holding anyone to due dates, then who knows what I would have gotten it. And I wanted to read it the same year that it won the Pulitzer Prize. So I was able to get the other Pulitzer winner from last year because last year was bizarre and we had 2 Pulitzer Prize winning novels. But I was able to check out Trust by Hernan Diaz from the public library the day it won the Pulitzer Prize, which was cool. Let's see. Do you attend special events, groups, or book sales at the library? Once upon a time, yes. I've led groups, I've led special events at libraries and bookstores, but yeah, I don't really go anymore. Like I said, I go for, you know, my summer reading stuff and that sort of thing, but it's really keep time in the library to a minimum. Question 9. Have you ever given or taken a book from a Little Free Library, book box, or book swap? Definitely. There's a Little Free Library just around the corner, and once in a while I get just a real craving and I make Jason drive me around to several Little Free Libraries in our community. You know, I mean, I think there's more, I don't want to call it trash, but, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I think the most exciting thing I ever found in a Little Free Library was an Agatha Christie novel, and I was like hoping maybe someone was like getting rid of their Agatha Christie collection and I'd be able to like scoop it up. I have since I read that Agatha Christie novel and then I gave it to another booktuber, which was great. And yeah, so anyway, but that was probably like the most spectacular find for a Little Free Library. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's just fun. It's just fun to see what's in them, and mainly I use them as a way to unhaul books. I've definitely given more books to little free libraries than I have collected. And bonus, does your librarian know your name? So there are people who still work at the library who do know me. They do call me by my name. I have my library card number memorized. I try not to interact with anyone in the library, but sometimes it can't be helped. I do get frustrated by the new people who are like, oh, we need to see your ID. And I'm just like, you have no idea. So it's just like, yeah, anyway, so my library card number, I have it memorized, so I try to use self-checkout when at all possible. But yes, the head of circulation definitely knows me, and we get along just fine. But yeah, I don't linger. Let's put it that way. All right. So again, I'm not going to tag anyone because I don't know who wants to do this tag, who has already done this tag. I think quite a few people have, but if you'd like to do it, please feel free. And I'd love to hear from you in the comment section about your experiences with public libraries. Maybe it's something you're taking your family to the library for. So anyway, I'd love to hear about your library experiences down below in the comments section. Booktube, thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.